guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Kay and this is All Things Kay, and I want to thank you so much for joining me on another video. Well guys, I am so excited to finally be recording this video. This is going to be a get ready with me, testing new makeup, chatting about things that have been happening over the last few months, and finally playing with some of the things that I hauled in my recent haul. I did a collective haul maybe about a week or two ago. I'll link it up here or here. I can never remember which side it comes up in the iCards. But I had so much goodies. A lot of them I can't use in one video, so I'm going to be coming back testing more makeup. But in this video, I want to jump into using some of the products that I picked up from YSL. I got the blush, the bronzer, and one of the Couture mini clutch in 710. I think it's Over Brun is the name of that one. So I want to play with those. And for foundation, I do want to test out this BobbiBrown foundation. This is the weightless skin foundation with SPF 15. And for concealer, the Prisme Libre skin caring concealer. I want to put these to the test, and I also have a lot of lip products to test out. I don't know if I'm gonna have time to do swatches in this video, but I picked up some of the MAC lipsticks from their new nudes collection. In the haul, I showed you guys Signature Move and Alone Time, and I told you guys that once Cool Teddy came back in stock, I would pick that up. So I did end up picking that up, and I also picked up the clear lip gloss from MAC. What else? And I think, and before that haul, I hauled a lot of brushes and stuff. I think this was in my Black Friday haul, of all these brushes from BK Beauty, Singe Beauty, some of them from the BK Beauty and Nikki LaRose collection. So yeah, I'm gonna be playing with all of those and testing new makeup and chit chat. So if you guys wanna see what look I come up with and see how these products work for me, stay tuned and keep watching. Let me put something on my lips because they're dry. I am gonna use the Tatcha Kisu lip mask. I don't know if I like this at all because I think it gives me that white rim on the inside, but we'll see. I'll just put it on now because my lips are really dry. I've already done my brows, nothing new. Products I use on my brows are the Rare Beauty Brow Gel, the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz, and the NYX Lift and Snatch. This is the tinted brow pen. And then I use concealer on my lids to cancel out the discoloration on my eyelids. And the concealer I used today was the NARS. This is the Soft Matte Complete Concealer, and I used the shade Medium Dark 2 Caramel. And you may hear my toddler and my husband and my daughter in the background because, you know, they're living their life, running around, playing while I'm locked up in a room talking to a camera. So you may hear them in the background. Life be lifing, it is what it is. Can't apologize for it because, you know, it is what it is. Family life, right? So let's jump into the eyes first. I'm gonna use the YSL Couture Mini Clutch in Over the Brun. This is considered to be warm browns and cool neutrals, and I'll insert some swatches of this quad. So let me zoom you guys in and we'll get started on the eyes. The first brush I'm going to use is by BK Beauty times Nikki LaRose. This is the N13, which is a blending brush, and I'm going to go into this shade right here as my crease color. This is a matte, but it's like a satin matte. And let's see how it shows up on my skin tone. It's showing up. It's like a cool brown shade. Now this shade is really soft in the pan, so if you go in too hard, there is some kick up. This is what that shade looks like, and this is without the shade on. So it does give a nice transition color, but if you're much darker than me, this would probably be a lid shade. Now let's move into the dark brown shade here, which is kind of like a satin shade, and I'm gonna use the Singe brush. This is the EO4, and build up this shade in the outer V here, just for some depth. Now I'm packing that shade on, and you guys can see that there is some fallout there, but that's because I'm really packing it on. Now I'm finding even with this dark shade, it's building up nicely, but it's not really blending out as easily as I want it to. Maybe it's the type of brush I'm using, I'm not sure. So I'm gonna switch to a Sonia G brush. This is the, what is this one? Blender Pro, and we're just gonna blend out to get rid of any harsh edges there. All right, so the amount of blending I had to do just now, just to get it to where I somewhat like it. Maybe it's user error, it's a different formula. I haven't worked with this formula before. But this is what we're looking like so far. I do like the shadows and how my eye look is looking, but I just feel like I just gotta work a lot with these ones. I don't know, could just be me. I'm gonna go in with the Singe EO1 brush, and I'm gonna go into this shade first. And let's build that up and press that on the eyelid. Now that's nice and smooth on the lid. And if you like a subtle eye look, you could just leave it like this, but you know me, I love when my eyes are sparkly, so this is not enough for me. Now for the sparkly shade, I'm gonna go in with my finger to try and get the most amount of sparkles on my lids. I'm just putting that right over that this satin shade. Now this is pretty. This is more like what I like. Let me zoom you guys in a bit more so you guys can see the sparkle on this eye. So this is what we're looking like. And this is the side without the sparkle, with just the satin shade. So you can see it's way more impactful, and I don't think I'm gonna use this quad without this sparkly shade, because this is what makes this quad in my opinion. Okay, so I am gonna finish up the eyes, put on some lashes, and I'll be right back. So I wanted to jump back on camera and show you the look without the lash, which is on this eye with just mascara, and then this is the look with the lash. I'm a lash girl, so I love the effect that the lash gave this look, but for everyday, this is great with just mascara. It's an everyday neutral look, and that's how it is with mascara. If you guys have more lashes than me, it would look better, but me, I'm a lash girl, and this is how I amped up the look with a lash. But yeah, I just wanted to show you guys that. Okay, let me go put the other lash on, and then we'll jump into the face. Just moisturize my face with some moisturizer because my skin is so dry. And I'm gonna go in with an eye cream. This is from Belif. This is the Aqua Bomb Eye Gel. So it's supposed to, over time, visibly reduce the appearance of dark circles and bags. And it's a gel. This is what it looks like, and it's clear. So I'm gonna hydrate under my eyes a bit. It is very hydrating, and this feels so good. I'm hoping that doing this will help my concealer lay better if I, you know, moisturize under my eyes. Now I'm gonna go in with a hydrating primer because it's cold here in Canada. My skin is dry and I need all the hydration I can get. So I'm gonna go in with the Fenty Soft Silk Pro Filt'R Hydrating Primer, and I'm gonna use that all over my face, especially on the perimeter and on my forehead, because this, I can get so dry up there. I have been struggling with dryness this winter. Like, it's more harsh than every other winter. And I've been sick, like the whole family has been sick. That's why I was MIA for a bit, because all of December, everyone was sick. And let me tell you, my toddler, he had a fever for like 14 days. We had 2 ER visits. The second visit, they did a chest x-ray, found he had pneumonia. He had to go on antibiotics. We had to give him an IV to hydrate him. That was like all at the beginning of the year, but I was dealing with his fever all at the end of the year over Christmas. I couldn't even record. And then I got sick right after New Year's. I was starting to get sick before New Year's, and I'm like, I'm going out on New Year's. This is not going to stop me. So I was taking all like the Advil, sinus and cold and all of that stuff, and trying to get through New Year's. And right after New Year's, sick. Did a chest x-ray. I had bronchitis and pneumonia. I had to go on antibiotics. I was off work for well over 2 weeks. And then my 17-year-old also had an upper respiratory. And then my husband also got sick, and he was on antibiotics. Let me tell you, we've been sick so much from the end of the year into the new year. Currently, right now I'm using the So Blown Blurring primer in just like my laugh lines, where my pores are, around my nose here, right in here, and on my forehead a little bit. Just like that. I'm gonna let that sit for a bit. And yeah, so we've just been sick. That's why it was so hard for me to record, get out any video. I lost my voice for a bit, and I've noticed like a lot of YouTubers have been sick this year. Like at the end of the year into the new year, a lot of people have been sick, and it's a lot. It's a lot. And then my son turned 2 in January, so right after he got better, we had his party like a week and a half after his actual birthday, and that was a big thing. That was a Caribbean style 2-year-old party. Like we had people playing dominoes, we had the kids running around, we had music playing. It was a big thing. Like if you follow me on Instagram, you will see his theme was Too Fast, Too Furious. I love planning birthday parties. So that was right after everyone started getting back better. Then my son went to daycare for about a week or so. Then he got sick with the hand, foot, and mouth, which is like a fever and then a rash that breaks out on their hand and they're around their mouth and on their foot, and it's contagious. So he had to stay home for another week. And then my 17-year-old got it right after that. Oh, let me tell you, now we're in February. All of this is happening from December, January, and February. And then this past weekend, everybody got the stomach bug. It started with me on like a Friday, then my husband on a Saturday, then my teenager on the Sunday. Yo, we can't take any more sickness. So this is why my videos are few and far between, because we've all been sick. Like really sick, like ugh. All right, so the primer has sunk in. Let's jump to the foundation, which I'm so excited for. This is the BobbiBrown Weightless Skin Foundation, and I have it in the shade W076 Warm Golden. And I'm gonna use the BK Beauty brush. This is the 101. I see that they have another one. I forgot what it's called. It's a little bit smaller than this that I really wanna pick up. But this is the 101. So I'm gonna get 2 pumps of that. That's what it looks like. It's a little runny. And let's see. See how it looks. And I think the color match, it's a little warm, but let me see if it warms up on my skin. It has a little smell, fragrance. I'm not quite sure what it is. It's kind of perfumey, but it's not strong. and I don't smell it now that it's on my skin. So that was like the first 2 pumps, and the pumps weren't really big, but it feels really lightweight. So this is the side with it and this is without. I think the color match is not bad. It's a little on the warm side, but I think if I had went any lighter, it would have been too light. Go in with 2 more pumps on the other side of the face here, and then we'll read about this foundation. So this is a oil controlling foundation that provides 24-hour moisture and wear, minimizes the look of pores, and is waterproof and sweat resistant. Medium coverage, natural finish liquid foundation. It's long wearing. It has hyaluronic acid, SPF, non-comedogenic. So those are the claims. So yeah, I would say it's definitely a medium coverage. I like a medium to full, so I'm gonna try and build it up a little bit more, see how it goes. It really sinks into the skin. It's not sitting on top of the skin. Now I want to see if it creases into my smile lines or anything like that. That's gonna also be another test. I'm just trying to go around my nose here. And it says it's oil controlling, and lately I'm noticing like I get oily right in here and a little bit on my nose, which is new for me because I'm usually dry, but that's the only spot that I notice that I get really oily. And in the crease of my eye where that fold is, I can get oily there too. So that's how it looks. You know what? I don't think I'm gonna build it up anymore. You'll see some of my imperfections there, but it's not bad, and it feels so light on the skin. So light, like I'm not wearing anything. This feels really nice. What do you guys think? Have you guys tried this foundation? Let me know, and let me know what your thoughts are. So far, so good. Okay, so let's jump into concealer, and I have the Prisme Libre Skin Caring Concealer in the shade N35, and I'm going to use the Singe Beauty. This is the FO2 brush, and this is the angle on it. I love brushes with this angle. So let's go in with this concealer. Oh, a lot comes out. Let's really get up in where my darkness is. And I really like this shade. It's a nice highlighting shade. Start off down here, blending out over here. Just like that. And then I'll go in with my foundation brush just to blend it in and give that chin a little bit of a highlighted look right there. I'll try not to highlight these 2 imperfections there. I feel I have these pimples that are like under the skin, and I'm wondering if it's the new products that I've been trying to incorporate into my skincare routine. I hope it's not, because I love the way they feel on my skin. The new thing I've been using is the Ilia Face Milk or something like that. I'll insert a picture somewhere. And I really like the way it feels, but I'm hoping it's not breaking me out. And there's something right here too, but we'll see. Blend this out. I'm really liking this brush from Singe Beauty. So far, I think this is my favorite brush. I've used it twice and I really like it. That blended out like a dream. This concealer, oh, so nice. So that's what it looks like. So I'm just gonna let that sit there for a bit. Most concealers crease with underneath my eyes, which is fine with me. I will go in and blend out anything that creases before I set it. So for contour, I'm gonna go in with the KVD Liquid Gel Contour. This is like one of my favorite gel contours. I haven't picked up the Makeup by Mario or the new Rare Beauty one because I have this, I love it, and I want to use it up. And I'm in the shade Medium Cool 60. Not a lot of people talk about KVD as a brand anymore, so, but I have it and I am going to use it. Do some contouring. I'm going to use the Makeup by Mario brush. This is the F4. And I love this brush for blending out my liquid contours. Look at that. It's so easy to blend. I love this formula. I'm thinking the Makeup by Mario is also a gel. I think the description of that one is a gel contour. And I'm thinking I will try that eventually. But again, this works and I love the color. And I've had it for a while and it's still doing what it's supposed to do. It just nicely contours the nose. Didn't even have to add any to it. I just used what was left on the brush. Underneath here has creased a bit. I'm gonna go in with the Nikki LaRose N16, which is also a concealer brush, but I like the way this is tapered. It will brush out any creases. And it's just a nice like cleanup brush. It just brushes out all the creases. Now, before I go in with a loose setting powder, I am gonna go in with this Charlotte Tilbury powder first. And I'm gonna use the Nikki LaRose. This is the N14. And this shade is shade medium. Just gonna press that in the brush, knock off any excess, make sure I don't have any creases, and then just go in with that brush under the eyes, just to lightly set, and bring it down around the nose, just like that. Now I'm trying different techniques for under my eyes because I do have a lot of lines under my eyes. I'm having a lot of trouble, so I'm just trying different techniques to see what I like. I still watch tutorials and take away different skills and techniques from other people just to try, see if it works for me. And I'm gonna try this, and then I'm gonna go in lightly with a little bit of loose powder. I'm gonna set my face with the Fenty powder. This is in the shade 370. It's a soft matte powder foundation, but I like to use it as an all over kind of setting powder. I just love the way it sits on the skin. And because I have dry skin, I always like to go in with Max Fix Plus, especially when I use powder. And I am loving the skin. The skin is looking good. Now for bronzer, I am gonna go in with the YSL. This is the All Hours Hyper Bronze, and I have it in the shade 04. And I'm going to go in with, what brush do I wanna use? Maybe I'll use the other side of the Makeup by Mario brush. Yeah, probably I'll do that. So I'm going to load it up on the brush and then let's go in. Ooh, nice. So this is a bronzer that is definitely a bronzer I'm gonna wear in the winter. As you can see, it builds up nicely. So yeah, the number 5 would have been too red for me right now. So the 4, love it. This, perfect, love it. I'm just gonna go back in with my powder brush and just blend this out. Now let's move into the blush. And this is the Make Me Blush powder blush by YSL, and I have the shade 37, which I think is nude peach or something like that. Peachy nude, something like that. And I'm gonna use the Nikki LaRose N BK Beauty Time Nikki LaRose. This is the N15. And I'm just gonna go in and start further back. You guys, this, look how I built that up. It is beautiful. Okay, yeah, this is going to be in heavy rotation. All right, my battery's flashing. I am gonna jump off camera, change the battery, do the lower lash line, and then we'll come back and we'll do some lip swatches of the new MAC New Nudes collection. So I'll be right back. Okay, so I am back. The lower lash line is completed. Then I went in with a little bit of the Makeup by Mario powder under the eyes. Now, this powder, I don't think it sets the eye well, but the blurring effect that it gives my pores right here is beautiful. So I keep using it. That's why I went in with the Charlotte Tilbury powder first and then this to see if that will help decrease some of the creasing that happens under my eyes. And that's what I've done so far. Next, I'm gonna go in with the Fenty Yum Rum highlighter and just add some highlighter to the blush here. This blush is gorgeous. Look at this highlighter though. Oh, so smooth on the skin. Look at that. Love. So let's try on some of these MAC lipsticks. I am going to try them on without any liner. Just cleaning up around my lips. So the first one I'm going to try on is Alone Time. And this is what it looks like, a very cool tone nude. And again, this is in that luster glass finish. So Alone Time is very gray. Not my favorite. And that's how it looks with no liner on. Next, I have a Signature Move. And that's what it looks like. A lot warmer than Alone Time. And I just love this finish. Oh, feels so nice on the lips. Now this could work. It's still cool, but nowhere as cool as Alone Time. They almost look, no, definitely Alone Time is a lot cooler. So this is what Signature Move looks like on my skin tone. And the last one is Cool Teddy, which is a Maximal Matte lipstick. And this is what Cool Teddy looks like. Is that focusing? Yeah, there we go. And this is Cool Teddy. I'm not a fan of like matte lipsticks, so I'm gonna do a lip combo to get something that I would like to wear, but this is Cool Teddy. So we're gonna go in with my favorite lip liner of all time, which is Max Cork. We're gonna go in with Cool Teddy. Then because I like a glossy lip, I'm gonna go in with the MAC Lip Glass. I'm gonna put some of that on my hand here and use a lip brush. And this is my kind of a lip. All right, so I'm gonna go get dressed, do my hair, then we'll come back and wrap up this video. All right, guys, so I am back. This is the final look, and it's a vibe. It's definitely a vibe. So let's discuss some of these products. Let's start off with the YSL Couture Mini Clutch that's on the eyes. The eyes are actually really, really stunning. Now, would I say that this formula was easy for me to use? No, and I don't know why, because everyone else that I've seen said that this formula was easy to use. For some reason, I had a really difficult time, especially with this darker shade, blending it out. Right now, it's blended, it's smooth, there's no patchiness, but it took a lot of work to get there. You guys saw me, like I was blending and blending and blending and it wasn't working. So I'm gonna keep testing it out, but I do love the look. I feel like this palette is probably gonna be like a one and done, two and done type of palette. I used all 4 shades because I wanted to see what look I can come up with. But maybe the next time I use it, I might just use 2 shades. I may just use this in the crease and one of these on the lids. I might use this as like a liner maybe. Maybe that might work a bit better for me. I don't know. I love the look right now, but it wasn't as easy as I thought it would be. So that could again be user error. That could all be me. But yeah, I do love the look. I'm happy to have it. I am gonna play around with it some more. And then the next product from YSL that I tested out was the bronzer. I love this. I love this bronzer. It is the perfect shade for my winter paleness, because this definitely won't show up on me in the summertime, but this formula is smooth, it's buttery, it's everything everyone has said it is, and I'm glad to have it in my collection. Love it. And for the blush, you guys saw me with the blush. Like, I'm probably gonna get more. This formula, look at it. It's beautiful. I gotta wear it a bit more to see how the wear time is, but it is stunning. The formula is smooth, it's buttery, it's velvety, it's all of those things. It's a favorite so far. It's an immediate favorite. Now let's move on to the complexion. This is the first time I'm testing out both of these products. The foundation, the Weightless Skin by BobbiBrown, it is definitely weightless. I feel like I'm wearing nothing. And what I like about this is it's not creasing in my forehead lines. It's not creasing in my smile line so far. It feels light on the skin. I think this is the best match for me right now. If you guys haven't tested this out, you guys need to check it out, because if you like barely there, nothing on your face, weightless foundation, this is it. And the coverage is perfect. Medium, I can say you could probably build it up, but medium coverage, if you love a medium coverage, this is your girl. And I can't wait to see how this wears when it gets warmer, because it said it was like sweat proof, so we'll see about that. Can't vouch for that claim yet. And the concealer, I really like the consistency of this concealer. It's lightweight, it's smooth, it's hydrating under the eye. First impressions, I do like it, and I am gonna test it out some more. I'm glad it's in my collection because the formula is fantastic. The lippies. So these lipsticks are not lipsticks that I can wear on my own. They're not like a swipe on and go. First of all, they're really on the cool side, and they're more like the grayish cool side, especially Alone Time. Alone Time is definitely more of a grayish nude, and it kind of gives me that corpse-like blue toned lip look, which is not my favorite. It's not, I'm not gonna lie, but the formula I love. So these are definitely gonna be mixers. My least favorite, actually, which I thought was gonna be my favorite, is actually Alone Time. It's just too cool on my complexion. I have a very warm skin tone. And then Signature Move, I think might be my favorite because of the texture and the color. And then the one that I'm wearing now is definitely a mixer because I don't like a matte lip. The color is probably my favorite, but not the formula. I like the Luster Glass formula. I wish Cool Teddy came in a Luster Glass formula and it would be perfect. But I'm gonna be doing different MAC lip combos with these until I make them work for me, because I do love MAC lipsticks. I have a lot of MAC lipsticks. And for the brushes, I'm really enjoying the new brushes that I picked up in my collection. The Nikki LaRose times BK Beauty brushes right now are like some of my favorite brushes in my collection. So I have these 4 from the collection, and I love every single one of them. Like, I need backups of them, especially this blending brush, one of my favorite. This is like a all over correcting brush. Like, I can use it under my eyes. I can use it to buff out any foundation if from settling anywhere. I can use it for powder. I love this multitasker brush. And then this is, like I told you, one of my favorite concealer brushes for blending out any creasing. Works so well. This is a blush brush, the number N15. And I love it. Love, love, love these. And from Singe, my favorite brush so far is the, what is this, FO2? FO2 brush. I love the texture of this for under the eyes, blending out around the nose. My favorite brush that I've picked up from her so far. I used, I think, these 3 today. I do have the E06, which I didn't use, and I also have the E07, which I didn't use today. But by far, out of everything that I have here, this one is my favorite one from Singe Beauty. So I'm gonna keep using those. And from BK Beauty, I love this foundation brush. And I also have the Angie A506, the concealer brush. I really like this one. I didn't use this one today, but I do love them. I love the brushes in my collection. And even the Makeup by Mario brush, I picked this up at the last Sephora sale, and I'm definitely wanting a second one because I use this brush for so much things. Such a multitasker brush for concealer, blush, blending out, foundation, multitasker. And I think that's everything for this Get Ready With Me, testing new makeup and chit-chatting a bit. I hope you guys like this video. It's probably a longer one. Most of my Get Ready With Me, they're longer videos, and I hope you guys don't mind. But if you like these types of videos, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and hit that notification bell so you'll be notified at every single upload. And until next time, bye guys.